All right, y'all. We are back for another episode of Oh Charlie Please, where it's faith first, shade second, with a little bit of common sense somewhere in between. I just want to say thank y'all for showing up to another episode, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on any podcast platform where this podcast can be heard. I just want to thank y'all again for showing up because, baby, podding ain't easy, okay? Um, Again, I hope you are subscribed to the YouTube channel because I'm gonna try this talking head thing again, okay? Where it's just me solo, where I don't feel like I'm being stupid by looking at myself on camera, okay? We're trying it again. And again, of course, if you're listening via audio, y'all know we on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Overcast, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and Audible, okay? We everywhere. We everywhere doing all the things all the time. I might as well get a goddamn billboard at this point so you can really see where I'm at, okay? Whew. Now, if y'all tuned in last week, y'all know I had the Talia Cadet on the show. Can we just, again, just baby, Talia came through. I just gotta give, yes. Talia came through and dropped some amazing gems. If you are an influencer, a content curator, whether you just got started, you're thinking about getting started, I say, baby, go and listen to the episode 122, Knowing Your Worth as a Book Influencer. A lot of stuff Talia gave me the last episode it's just good information to know if you're in this content game, regardless if it's books or not. So again, thank you so much to Talia for even agreeing to doing the episode with me because girl be busy. Girl got other stuff she could be doing, but she took the time out to speak with me for an hour or so. And it was a great time. It was a great time. I like to connect with people who are authentic, who are genuine, who don't gatekeep, and Talia's all those things. And as y'all know, outside of Nisha, she's been the only person that I've had on the show as a guest. Because y'all know I be rocking it solo over here. So the people that y'all see on here are people that I really, really, really wanted to be on the show this season. So I just want to thank y'all again for allowing Talia to come in, grace us with some knowledge, put a battery in our back to be on our ish, and make sure that we doing what we supposed to do. All right. Okay. So, I want to talk about something today. I want to talk about some things today because something has been happening with me that I didn't realize that was happening. And I've come to the point that I have to acknowledge it, right? I want to say that I have been accidentally inspirational. And that has been sitting with me for quite some time. Over the past couple of weeks, I've had people just DM me, send me voice messages, text me, call me, and just like, man, you just don't know that we appreciate you for just simply being you. And you know, when you hear stuff like that, you be like, oh, okay, thanks, right? But within this past week, it's really been hitting me, right? Because I'm not a person that I don't need the applause. I don't need the accolades. Um, but it's just something about this week that it has been impacting me so much. And I don't do this for the pat on the back. I don't do this for the atta girl. But sometimes you might just need one. Sometimes you might just need somebody telling you to keep going, keep climbing, keep striving. Because you just never know who's watching, right? It was this one particular message from an author, and I won't, give up the name or nothing because, sometimes you got to keep the stuff close to the vest. But they sent me a voice note and was like, you don't know how much of an inspiration you've been to me and others in this space. You don't know what it feels like to have you show up week after week and just do you. And you make us feel like we can do us because you're so real, you're so raw, you're so honest. And a lot of times feel like I'm flying by the seat of my fucking pants. Can I be real with y'all? I feel like I'm just out here yelling into the abyss. And if y'all listen, y'all listen. If y'all don't, y'all don't. I'm going to keep going anyway, right? But this person told me that I inspired them to keep going and to be themselves. And it kind of caught me off guard. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Me, inspirational? Charlie? Really? But they sent this voice note and I went into full blown tears. Now, if y'all know me, I'm a tough ass young man. Okay. I don't do no crying. As my niece say, why you crying? And I don't do no crying. And, I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm not a person that's, easily moved. But this particular day, that thing hit me in the chest. And I had a boo-hoo moment. And it's like, I realized what I really do this for. I do it for me, but I do it for moments like that. It's amazing when somebody says, hey, I look forward to seeing what you post. I look forward to listening to your podcast. I look forward to just seeing what you saying on Threads, right? And you don't really take heed to that, but to say, hey, because of you, I'm able to do this now. Oh, baby, that thing tore me up. It tore me up so bad, y'all. And I boo-hoo and I sent back a voice note and I'm like, thank you. Because I don't do it for that. Now, I do pray for my success. I do pray that, somebody sees me and want to invest into what I got going on and want to help me carry this to the next level. Of course I do. I would be a lie and say I do this for the love of the game. I am working towards something. However, I'm enjoying the process and the journey along the way. I'm a person that I don't want to be catapulted into anything too soon, too quick, too fast, because I may not be ready for it, right? But to hear that and to know that somebody's rooting for me and there are other people rooting for me. What? Me? The girl that didn't know what the hell she was doing, didn't know how to set up a microphone? Me? The girl that just was 3 months ago talking about, man, what am I even doing this for? Is it even worth it? Me? The girl from South Memphis, loud country and ghetto, misunderstood and easily overlooked. Me? So it's moments like that we have to hold on to. And it just did something to me. And it just let me know, again, you never know who's watching you. You never know whose attention you're captivating. You never know whose life you're infiltrating. And now that makes me feel like I'm not going to switch up what I'm doing. I'm not going to change the way I act. I'm not going to change the way I'm talking, but now I'm more mindful. I'm more mindful of the things that come out of my mouth. I'm more mindful of the things that I react to because there are people watching. So I want to say to that person, they know who they are. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for giving me that word of encouragement. I know you would just speak from your heart, but it came at a time to where I was like, man, I'm tired. I'm so tired, but I do appreciate you for that. I really, really do. Yeah. Another moment I had this week with my good sis, Crystal, aka Melanated Reader. We were talking, I like to check in on people, and we was doing our little check in or whatever. And she was talking to me about, the podcast and whatever, and how much she liking it, and she digging it, whatever. I said, man, sometimes I wonder, if this thing gonna grow, this thing gonna be successful, because I ain't got a bunch of followers, and my account is growing, but it's steady, but I'm still showing up. And she said, you know what, Charlie, you ain't never got to worry about numbers or engagements or nothing else on these platforms with your podcast, because you have people, you have community, and people gonna always show up for you. I said, huh? She said, you heard what I said. She said, do you know how many people would pray to be in the position that you in? To have community, to have foundation, to have people continuously show up for them in any capacity? She said, it's a lot of people that don't have that. You have that. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, you have a core group of people who are going to show up for you and who are going to support you. And she said, that's more than anything, an algorithm or engagement. That'll take you farther than anything or anything like that could. And even that sat with me this past week, because we're so busy trying to grow our accounts and figure out what time to post. And, oh, I'm trying to, gain this type of engagement. I'm trying to do this. And the support sometimes don't be genuine, right? And it's like sometimes you just need a core group of folks that's just going to carry you to the finish line. And when Krista said that, I was like, man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I sat back and I thought about the people that I've met in this space over the past year. And the things that we've connected over, the things that, we've seen each other through, and the way we've showed up for each other. And these are strangers from the internet. And they support me. They checking in with me. You good, sis? What you working on this week that I can help you with? You need this, you need that. And I just think that's so beautiful. It's so refreshing. It's so So her saying that really put my mind and my spirit at ease. And moments like that make me pause because we live in a time where everybody is chasing numbers. Everybody is chasing numbers. They're chasing followers. They're chasing views, likes, virality. But what she basically said to me was like, you built something so much deeper than that. You built connection. You built trust. You built people who actually care. And that's more important than anything, right? Because we seen how the internet will treat you, right? We see how what Kanye say, first they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. We've seen the cycling of that. You know what I'm saying? But she's like, you got a group of people that gonna rock with you no matter what. And for that, you should be grateful. And I just want to let some of y'all know that take that with you. You know what I'm saying? Because the numbers will fluctuate. The algorithm will switch up. A platform will play in your face. But none of that's real. What's real is the impact that you have. And that's when it clicked for me. You never know who's really watching you. But most importantly, you never know who's rooting for you in rooms that you haven't even walked in yet. You never know, how your name is being spoken amongst people you've yet to meet. Because people are looking at you. So again, I get in my deep reflection bag. All right, Charlee, people really holding on to your words. They replaying episodes. They're regurgitating out quotes that you said back to you. And I have to be responsible with that. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Sometimes we do need the pat on the back. Sometimes we do need the job well done. And you know me, again, I'm a tough ass young man. My mindset, my philosophy, hell, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care who clap for me. I'm going to clap for myself. I don't give a damn if I got 2, 3 views, 4 views. If this person streamed it, I don't care. And, sometimes it's easy to act like we're above it. It's sometimes easy to act like we don't care. Or we say, oh, we don't need validation. Sometimes we do. We need that just a little bit. And not to survive. We don't need it to thrive. We need it to be reminded. We need to be reminded that the work we're doing isn't in vain. To be reminded that the things we're saying, we're not just talking into the void. We need to be reminded that we're actually making an impact. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And I think I've had the grasp on for that because my biggest fear is that somebody's going to say, oh, she's so performative. Oh, look at her. She always doing so. So it's like I put on this side, like, I don't care what that sound do. But sometimes you just need a good job well done. Sometimes you really do need that. And there's nothing wrong with it. Everything in healthy doses though, right? Everything in healthy doses. So, I want to share that with y'all this week to keep showing up, to keep growing, to keep being true to yourself, to keep being good to yourself, and let people praise you. Let people give you the job well done. Let people give you the gold star. It don't mean you being big headed. It don't mean doing anything for clout. It just means that you working hard and people are noticing that. And that really is okay. I promise you it's okay. It's okay. All right. Now, y'all know. Let me chill before it get too deep and I start crying a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So what am I reading this? What's on the TBR? Now I did get Ken by Tayari Jones. Y'all, let me tell you how sad I am. I put Book of the Month on pause 2-3 months ago. But I wanted that book, and where I was going to find it, they were out of it. I saw Book of the Month had I reactivated the damn Book of the Month. I got the damn book. Okay. It just is what it is. I don't care. It is. I want that book. It's supporting the Black author. I heard the book was good. I've seen nothing but great praises behind the damn book. I got the damn book. Okay. And Book of the Month got my $17. Whoop-de-doo. The other thing, or the other thing, the other book on my TBR, oh, baby, I got the arc for Natasha Bishop's new book called The Art of Loving You. Shout out to her publishers and her people over there for thinking of me. Cannot wait to tell y'all, because that first book she put out was T. Okay. And this is, I want to say this is the sequel to that, because they talking about the friend in this one. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be in that. And the other book is by, my sister, Keep Me in Mind by Arthur. She sent me the book. I'm waiting on the book to get here, but I can't wait to get into her Tanae's catalog. And I should be ashamed of myself because I haven't been to Tanae's house yet. But I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna kick my feet up, and it's gonna be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, what else we got, y'all? Oh, let's get into our I don't want to call them hot topics. I just want to get into our worldly things outside of books. So there has been an ongoing online discourse about journalism versus content creators. Okay. I don't want to go too deep into that because it might be a whole episode by itself. But what I will say is this. Everybody with a platform is not a journalist. And everybody creating content is not just playing online. However, there is value in both. But we have to stop trying to belittle one and big up another one. Because in this day and age, they fall in hand. Now, what I will say is, if you're a content creator or an influencer and you're taking on the role of reporting news or bringing people reports of information, you have to do that job ethically and responsibly. You cannot be out here just saying stuff just to be saying stuff. Because if you have made yourself as a reliable source, you have to now act as a reliable source. And I will say this, I do not mind content creators filling in the role of journalism. Because I say within the last 15 years, some journalism on the major news networks or whatever has been full of BS. It's been propped up. It's a lot of propaganda. So I'd rather see somebody who's a content creator to go in and give us the facts. Like, what's baby girl name in Houston? Brunch with Black Girls. If it's a Texan election or something going on in politics, I'm going to her page. Quentin Giles is another one. Lady Creole is another one. Okay? They're reporting ethically and responsibly. And they're content creators. Love that for them. I remember when the R. Kelly case, and I can't remember this girl's name, when the R. Kelly case came up, that girl had court reports. She had irrefutable facts. And we was on YouTube every day with her up until that verdict came. She was responsible with her platform because she understood what it was. I got a homegirl named Mel, Millionaire Mel. She reports on court cases, okay? When the YSL thing, that's kind of where she got started. And she was bringing real facts, real news, not hearsay. Not my sister-in-law, baby cousin Tracy did whatever. Mel was breaking that case down every single day, okay? Working overtime. So I do think that content creators can do the job of journalism if it's done responsibly, okay? What journalists have to understand is y'all need to learn how to connect with the people online and meet them where they are. Hello? Now, I think Joy Reid, when she left her major network, she's done it. Don Lemon has done it. And Tashara Parker has done it. They understand that this is a new space for journalists and journalism. They have built an online audience that trusts them and their voice. And now they're picking their news up and they're bringing it to an online sense that's digestible, that's not so curated. They don't have a producer in their ear telling them what to say, how to say it. They don't have a network to answer to anymore. But they still have a responsibility as content creators because now you gain online trust. So I think the two fall hand in hand. And Tashara has, if you're on Substack, and I'll share this with y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, Tashara Parker put something out on March 18th, and it says journalism is shrinking. The creator economy is expanding, and everybody feels it. Newsrooms are disappearing. Creators are reshaping access, and the tension between the two says more about survival than competition. And she starts off the article with "Stop the Cap." And that she's tired of journalists and the creators and the beef that has been, curated between the two. And she goes on and she just breaks this down beautifully. So if you have not subscribed to her Substack, or if you don't have a Substack, I suggest you get over there. Tashara just keeps it real. And she gives the good, bad, and the disrespectful. So again, if you are going to report the news as a content creator, be responsible, be ethical, right? Behave yourselves. Okay? What's next? Oh, y'all. Now, baby, not only has the Lord called Kiki Shepard home, he done called Chuck Norris home. Baby, let me tell you something. That man didn't bother nobody. Walker, Texas Ranger, then went on to glory. He went from labor to reward, y'all. My God, today. It's so many other people in the mayonnaise coalition that could have went before him. But God called him home. And I'm not mad at the fact that he's gone, because I think Chuck was like 80. I think Chuck was old. Sometimes, But if you had to take anybody else from the cream of wheat crop of those people, Chuck shouldn't have been in line. Y'all know where I'm going with that, right? Oh God, Chuck is gone, and condolences to him and his family. I know that Chuck is somewhere amongst great people, because he definitely, I would like to think he went to a better place. Oh, y'all. Now y'all know we gotta talk about these myths. Honey. Now the peoples had done said that Usher and Justin Bieber then came to fisticuffs. Y'all. I'm trying to find this picture if y'all watching online. Baby, they said they didn't come to fisticuffs at the Oscar party, and they got a picture of Beyonce looking like, what the hell going. Now y'all know mother don't do no mess. Y'all know Beyonce don't do no foolishness. Okay? Y'all know Beyonce don't be a part of that foolishness. But baby, they got my girl in the background looking right crazy. I would like to know, what the hell was that about? And let me say, Justin don't look like he's all there. He look a little. Let me see if I can share my screen or whatever. But Justin looks like he's kind of like he's kind of fed up with something. So if you can see this picture, if you're looking at us online, on YouTube, you will see this picture. You know, they both have each other, you know, wrapped up or whatever. You see Justin point his finger in Usher's face. They're both grabbing each other by the jacket. Beyonce is in the back looking like, what the total fuck? And this was all reported by TMZ. Child. Woo. Now, I don't know what was said, what one said. But they say things got tense, but they said there was no physical fight or a fight hadn't been confirmed. Baby, I want to know what was tea. What happened? Cause you know, my God, today. And Usher's like 50. Like, I don't know. It's some Hollywood mess, but we want to hear about that mess. So hopefully there's more to come. And baby, I bet Beyonce was like, that's why I had you Negroes sign NDAs. Whoever got that footage and sold it, I hope TMZ paid you handsomely. Because if you got pennies on a dollar, shame on you. And the fact that you got Beyonce in that picture looking like, yeah. Ooh, child, okay, we had 27 minutes, y'all. Y'all know last week your girl had an hour with some change over there with Talia. So, y'all know these episodes be short when I'm solo dolo. I will say, to close this out, I want to leave y'all with this. Again, you never know who's watching you. So be mindful, be intentional, but most importantly, be yourself. Because you may be the very reason why someone did not quit today. Okay? Now, I want to say I love y'all. I want y'all to take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Remember, this is the Old Charlee Please podcast, where it's faith first, shade second. And I want to hear what y'all think. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to your listening platforms. And leave me some comments, okay? Thank y'all again for showing up week after week. And I'll see y'all next week because we got some more guests. We'll tell y'all who it is, but y'all gotta wait. Just tune in. Y'all gonna enjoy it. All right, bye. Love y'all.